simple and really nutritious recipe using fresh ground millet, coriander, and Parmesan cheese. It's truly simple, but what I love about it is it's got unexpected delicious flavor and it's super good for you. So I'm going to turn my pan on right now just to get it warm. And what I'd like to do is start off with a few tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I'm a true Mediterranean at heart, so I choose olive oil, but if you like butter, there's no problem with using a few tablespoons of butter here. And I don't like to measure very much, but 2 tablespoons just to coat the bottom of your pan is a perfect amount. And for the base of flavor in this dish, we're going to use half of a shallot. So I'm going to peel this outer leaf and cut it into a nice fine mince. Here we are. And the reason I'm using a shallot versus an onion is that it's a little bit sweeter, it has great flavor, and in general I like to add some base flavor to my pan when I'm making any sauce, stew, soup, anything like that. You can also additionally add garlic here or some fresh ground ginger. Do you hear that sizzle? It's because the pan's nice and hot, the oil's working, and now the shallots are dancing a little bit. It smells wonderful and sweet. And we're just going to let these saute for about 20 seconds. So we'll let these shallots cook on low heat. And why I chose millet for this dish is because I think millet's a little underused and unknown to a lot of people. Quinoa has all the hype these days, and let me be honest, I love quinoa, not a quinoa hater, but millet has a ton of great nutritional properties. It's great for your digestion, it's high in fiber, and it's gluten-free. And it has a different kind of texture than something like quinoa does. It's a little kind of crunchier, and it's great warm. So I'm going to add this to my shallot. So what I'm going to do here that you might not do regularly when you're cooking grains is I'm going to toast the millet over the heat with the shallots, and that's just going to give it a little bit of nuttiness that you might not get in the finished product if you didn't toast it. This is the same technique you would do when making risotto. Before you put any liquid in the risotto, you would toast the arborio rice with your onions and garlic. So it's all toasted, we're ready to go, and I'm going to add 2 cups of water to the millet. And turn the heat up high because I want to make this come to a boil. And the reason I added water at this point versus any other kind of liquid is I want to eat this as kind of a morning snack, porridge, oatmeal type situation. So I'm going to keep it neutral. But if you wanted to serve it with fish or as a side to a dinner dish, I would add a vegetable stock or chicken stock, something like that. So we're going to wait, let it come up to a boil, and then simmer down, and it's going to cook for about 15 minutes. So as the millet is simmering, I'm going to turn my heat on, and we're going to toast about 1 tablespoon of coriander. And the reason we're toasting the coriander in a whole seed is that you get the most flavor when you toast it right before you're going to cook it. It extracts the oils from the seed, and we do it for about 20 seconds or until the seed is hot to the touch. So I'm going to let that go. One thing you might not know about coriander is it's directly related to cilantro. Cilantro is a leaf that grows from the seed. So while they have completely different flavor profiles and completely different uses in cooking, they're actually from the same things and they have the same nutritional properties. They're antioxidant, they're great for your digestion, and full of flavor and nutrition. So this is about right. I know I'm putting my hand into the pot, and it's because I've been cooking so long, I have like hands of steel. So I'm going to come over here into my mortar and pestle. I know you might think this is a little old school, but I'm a slow food cook, and I'm kind of proud of it. Whew. Get on in there. In the medieval times, a long time ago, they would do this to crush their spices, and I'm kind of with them. But if I have a really large quantity of spice that are whole, and I need to grind it, I would use a spice grinder. I'm going to get on into this. And you wouldn't believe it. As I grind the whole seed after it's toasted, the flavor just blossoms. It is unbelievable in here. There's some flavor profile of, I would say, citrus and it's a little perfumey, but not in a bad way, in a way you want to eat. A little orange and lemon flavor. When I get it ground fine enough, which I think that's nice and good. I'm going to do about a half tablespoon to 3/4 of a tablespoon of fresh coriander. I'm going to put it in my simmering millet. And of course, I'm going to add some kosher salt. I always season as I cook with kosher salt. So about a nice pinch or a pinch and a half. I'm going to stir this around and literally just let it do its thing. I'm not going to micromanage it. Let it come up, simmer, and cook for about 10 more minutes. Wow, so it looks like it's done. It's nice and creamy. There's a little bit of water in there, but it's a great consistency because that's going to absorb as it continues to cook in my plate. So it actually looks like polenta, which is funny because it's all Italian, but it has a totally different flavor to it. Very important finishing touch is Parmesan cheese. I have my big hunk of Parmesan cheese, which I like to keep on hand for all the Italian things I cook. And I'm going to get in there and grate about 2 to 3 tablespoons, maybe a little more. And just going to stir that around, fold it in, and really go right to my plate. As you can see, you know, it's not too bright or colorful, but the flavor is wonderful. And if you want to brighten it up a little bit, you can add some fresh herbs, some chives, parsley, oregano, and not to be excessive or anything, but I like to finish off all my dishes with a little bit more fresh grated Parmesan cheese. And I'm going to keep it simple today because that's the mood I'm in. And just finish it this way. It looks beautiful, and I'm excited to taste it, so here we go. Wow, it's nice and light, it's creamy, it's got a nice crunchiness from toasting it, and that coriander is wonderful. It's nice, it has a citrus flavor. I hope you try this recipe at home because I know you will love it.